Did something with the pen. All right, so I'm just gonna hurry and go ahead and get to the point, man. This video really telling people about, man, the anime I have. I've been keeping it somewhat secretive. Like I've been telling people, but I haven't really been posting about it. I haven't really been telling people hard. I've been mentioning it, but this will be the introduction video, just kind of documenting my progress through it or the process of whatever you want to call it. But basically, it's a Young Knowledge anime. Young Knowledge is my overall company. I have a clothing line, and so I started making little ideas with anime because I'm an anime fan. I love anime. Grew up on it, and I really wanted to write my own because I wanted to actually have. I always thought it'd be a dope idea to have an anime from a different point of view, and it generated like two kinds of point of views in one. First, I was like, bro, it would really be dope if you could somehow have an anime that's like an American version. And what I mean by that is when you watch animes, it's of their history, of their culture. It's a lot of, you can tell it's Japanese or Korean or Asian or whatever the case. But I really wanted to have a dope anime that you could just have in New York, that you could have in America. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of swap a few things out. You know what I'm saying? Because I still wanted to have that dope anime vibe without changing too much. But I guess I want the placement to be different. Instead of I guess instead of having other cultures be brought into their world, I wanted to bring some culture, different culture into like I'm trying to figure out a dope way to explain it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's still in the early process. I don't even have like some kind of perfect saying or way to explain it yet. But it's like when people watch this anime, I wanted them to be like, okay, I could tell a Japanese cat ain't write this. I could tell an Asian cat ain't write this. I could tell, but it's still anime. You can still tell it's anime. I wanted to have like you know, the gangs in it, the American vibe, like that Vice City vibe, that Miami vibe. I wanted you to be able to tell, like, you know, that New Yorker vibe, the Cali swag. I wanted people like, oh, that's them Southerners. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a motherfucker from the South. I really wanted you to be able to tell, like, and really show an American culture. You know what I'm saying? And without, you know, like the real American culture for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of leads to my next point. Well, to my next point of view, actually. And I wanted it from the point of view of like everything was from the point of view of a father. Cause I wrote this when I had my little girl. Now I got my little boy too. But I wrote this from the point of view of like what would happen if my daughter went missing. You know what I'm saying? Why? Only because that'll make a good premise for an anime. And I just started going through different scenarios. I'm like, man, this could really be something. So I started writing different ideas down, putting myself in different scenarios, and like how would I go about it. And I just threw all those ideas and those concepts at the time, which I'm nowhere near done now, but I got a good little piece going. It's a nice amount. But what would happen if I just took all those ideas and concepts and threw them into the feudal Japan era, or put them in the Hero Academia type shit, or put them in, you know, Inuyasha, Bleach type shit? What would happen if those everyday situations were exaggerated to the point they would actually fit into an anime? And then it just started slowly taking its own life from there. And I'm like, okay, cool. What do I really want to do? What else do I want to do? I have this idea. How do I want to work this? So basically, I want to write an anime so dope to where Asian people can fall in love and create their own fantasies off of an anime based off another culture. Because when you sit back and think about like Naruto, like Naruto is just based off of stories they grew up on. Like the Nine-Tail, Amaterasu, Susanoo, those are like guys. Like Susanoo, Amaterasu, and something else. Those are like just three. Like it's like not fairy tales, because it's like religious stories. Like a lot of those things are religious stories from their culture. So they just took some of the stories they grew up on, switched a few things up, turned it around, boom. So I'm not trying to downplay anything, but when you sit back and you watch or you look up where these ideas come from. You look up what some of these words mean. Like, oh, Susanoo is part of this. Cause I don't want to say anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? It sounds dumb as hell, but oh, the Susanoo is a part of a three guy story from this culture. I'm like, okay, cool. So it wasn't like this person went to sleep and just created the whole Naruto universe. Like, it came from their culture. It came from stories they grew up on. And I'm like, okay, now I have a premise to run off of. Now I got something to run with. So I'm like, and I'm the kind of person that keeps shit real. America's been around, what, 500 years, since what, 1600 something, 17, I don't know exactly. I'm gonna look up information later when I get on the actual videos. Like, when I want to start getting really accurate in my videos. Right now I'm just kind of throwing some shit for the early listeners, for the early watchers. But America only been around 400-500 years roughly. You know, we ain't been around a long time, and the first part of American history was slavery. You know what I'm saying? After that, what happened? Jim Crow type shit. You have the Great Depression, Industrial Revolution, the age of technology, all that kind of shit, blah, blah, blah. So we have a very short time as an American history from the American culture. But I'm like, I'll start off is kind of a good fucking story. And not good at, like, it's a movie you watch. Let's say, I don't want to say a good story like anything was good about fucking American history, unfortunately, but it's a movie you fucking watch. I don't care what you say, how you feel. If you could put American history, you feel me, like from the start, like the 13 colonies, and put that shit into a movie that lasted 2 or 3 hours, you'd watch the fuck out that movie. So I'm like, man, let's create some culture now. Let's turn some of that right now into some culture and put that into the anime. So that's why I want gangs to be in the anime, because unfortunately, gangs are a part of American history. They started off as a way to protect, you know what I'm saying, protect black people, protect themselves in American history. You had gangs, like you had the Italian gangs, all that, but the gangs that I'm talking about, that I'm envisioning, all the black gangs, like the Black Panther Party, stuff like that, you know, Bloods and Crips, what their original purpose was, what were they really meant for, the stuff that they really did, you know what I'm saying, and turn that into a part of the culture, even what it is up until now. You know what I'm saying? Put that in the culture, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese and the Asian people, they put the Yakuza, Yakuza, they put that in there heavy. You see that in a lot of movies. It's a part of their culture. In some movies they're bad, in some movies they're good, in some movies they have more, in some movies they don't. But it's the fact that it's part of their culture. America really likes to run from their history. Not glorified. I'm gonna put that bitch on the fucking magnifying lens. You know what I'm saying? Put that bitch to the anime. Cause I know a lot of people that's in gangs, and they good fathers, they good providers, they good people. They just grew up in the gang life. And I know some people in the gang that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know both worlds. I know a lot of people know both worlds. So I want to put that into the anime. I want to put how the American person thinks, you know, and just put it into an anime style, and just really still have it tactful, dope, crisp. That's one of the main goals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how I'll do it there yet, but hold on, Nala. Hold on. Fuck, I'm gonna edit that out. Shit, more work for me. But yeah, that ain't losing my train of fucking thought. But anyway, I'm back after handle something real quick, man. But just really wrap the video up, because this is the first video of many. Really from the making American culture, like from American point of view. That's the best way I can describe it at this point in time. And then also have it from a tough masculine father's point of view. Like, you know, it's really from the point of view where, like, I really don't care how you feel. This is about what I feel is best for everybody from the group. You know what I'm saying? Not have some happy-go-lucky, always, yeah, some really, really lovable main character. I want to have a main character you liked and disliked sometimes. Like Eren, like Vegeta. He's not like an anti-hero, but I wanted to have a main character that had a premise, or had a thought process, or had a point of view that was conflicting constantly back and forth with the typical person's point of view. You know what I'm saying? There might be a few people that agree with him all the way through, but it's like he's going to do things you're not going to agree with as the watcher. You might not like as the watcher, but he's still the main character, and you know, just like a father, he's doing this to protect the characters the best way he know how at that time. and I'm going to explain a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. I'm going to explain a lot of things that people want to argue over instead of getting to the actual middle. I'm going to explain a lot of things that are really too sensitive for the average person to even talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a dope adventure, bro. It's going to be fire because I'm going to make this anime. If I have to write everything myself, pay for everything myself through Fiverr, if I got to do everything my damn self, I will. So it's going to get put out eventually. But I would like to start getting people's help, other artists. If you want to be involved in it, if you want to put some investment behind it, if you want to help write, if you want to be any part of the anime, bro, definitely hit me up. We can discuss something, sit down. If you got good spirits, if you got good vibes, you a creator like that, man, you have something dope you really want to be a part of, I'm a very welcoming person. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to protect it like my child as well, because this is really about how I view the world, how I view my children. You know, well, not how I view my kids, how I would protect my children, stuff like that. So it's like my first baby. First baby, second baby. Second. Yeah, like my second child. So, more videos to come later.